I'm Virginia Bailey, the real estate lady with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Chicago. And mortgage rates turned green last week. But does that tell the whole story? Welcome back to my channel. Now, for this week's market update. For the week of January 9th to January 15th, mortgage rates were stable to slightly declining and trending lower. Economic data releases and expectations for the Federal Reserve's upcoming meeting played central roles in shaping the week's rate environment. On January 9th, mortgage rates fell sharply after President Trump instructed Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion in mortgage bonds, pushing rates to their lowest level in nearly 3 years. But does this tell the whole story? Let's take a closer look. From the week of January 9th, you can see where we have a red, a gray, and a green. From last week, you can see we have all greens and one gray. That looks great. That's very encouraging. But does it tell the whole story? Anyone knows that a story has a beginning, middle, and end, a reversal in the middle, and a dark moment at the end of Act Two. But does this tell the whole story? Let me give you a little bit more context into what is going on. So let's take a look at existing home sales. If you can see on the graph, there is a huge steep during the pandemic around the 2020, 2021 timeframe. That is when interest rates dropped dramatically. So let me be very clear. A lot of people would like to see interest rates back at those 2.75, 3, 3.125. That is not going to happen unless something horrific happens. And we don't want that on a whole. We do not want that. I know that a lot of people would love to have these interest rates back, but to get them back, again, something horrific would have to happen, like the pandemic, like COVID. And we don't want that again. So we need to move forward. And we need to look at what interest rates really look like. Okay, now is not the time to say, I'm going to wait, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to let interest rates get back to the way it was a few years ago. Again, that means something horrific happened. And if you're hoping that will happen again in terms of those lower interest rates, something horrific will have to happen in order for that to happen. So we don't want that. So if you look at this graph, you'll see how it dipped, and then existing home sales went up because those interest rates were so low. And now they're trying to ease back to normalcy around 2024, 25, and now we're in 2026. Are these lower mortgage interest rates a step in the right direction? Absolutely, they are. And they will increase the purchasing power. And you need to act strategically. You need to get pre approved now. So call me, email me, text me, Virginia Bailey, the real estate lady, so that I can in turn send you to a Prosperity Home Mortgage lender so that you can get pre approved. Now is the time to act. Are you ready, willing, and able to begin the real estate purchasing and selling process? The time is now. Green means go. All right. I'll see you next week with more information. I'll keep you informed. So come back and see me again next week. I'm Virginia Bailey, the real estate lady with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Chicago.